Hi everyone, it's Momma.RN.Colorist here, and I have a very small haul. I got Kirby Roseanne's new Dark Fairy Tales. Let's go ahead and move everything out of the way. And I saw this book and I like everything dark and creepy. So I figured that I would go ahead and buy this one. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm sure everybody that is interested in this book already has a flip through of it, or has seen a flip through of it. But I thought this would be cool. Here we go. So I did flip through it briefly and read the little descriptions in the back. I'm not gonna flip through it completely. I'm gonna show a few pages. I love this book, especially this one with all the shading already done. I love this style. It's like a lot heavier shading than Kirby's usual. But yeah, I thought this book would be fun to work in. So, that one's cool. And then back here is all the little descriptions of the stories that Kirby has recreated in his style. So yeah, I won't spend a whole lot of time on this book because there's a lot of flip-throughs of it out there. But I really wanted to get it and hopefully color in it soon. The next thing I got was this book here. This is a book that I was really interested in because I haven't seen this book on other people's channels, and I thought it would be fun to go ahead and check out. This is Creature Corners, a book to trace in color by Brittany Meredith. And it's kind of like Erie's Trace Around the World style, but this book is insanely detailed. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little because some of these things are very tiny. So here's some coloring tips on how to trace with different mediums there. And here is the first page. I'm going to try to see. I'm not sure why my watch isn't working. I don't know if that's any better. No. Anyway, here is some of the pages. These are so tiny to trace. I really love details, but I don't know about tracing in there. The shoebox. I'm just gonna, sorry, it's really early in the morning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm tired. So sorry about the yawning. Kind of tiny, that is. But that's cool. It's like a fish market. Oh, that one would be cool too. This has bigger things in it, so it'd be funner to trace. So tiny. I mean, I guess you don't have to trace it. You could just color it in. And, oh, that's cool. It's like a, what are they called? With a telescope, and they're studying the stars and planets and things. Oh, I like that one too, with the building. The post office with some stamps. Carousel. Paintings. Like, I love this concept, but I kind of wish that it was a little bigger. Like, if they added less on the table and just made some of the elements bigger so you can trace it easier. But I love this concept. I love tracing, and I love repetition. And my dog is gonna be barking. Sorry. I'll have to go get her. They're going potty for the morning, and she's ready to come in. Coffee, yes. I love coffee. A garage with a very thuggish looking bird. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick flip through in this one because I haven't seen it on a lot of people's channels. Oh my gosh. Look how tiny these are. Wow. Oh, I like that. It's like camping things. Oh, spooky. The haunted house. Ghouls in. I like that. Some kites. That is going to be hard to trace. And I'm thinking maybe I can go ahead and trace one on camera, see how it goes. I don't know which page I want to do yet. Look at all those gems. I kind of wanted to do one of the bigger ones in the front, maybe the stamp page. But I also kind of want to try some of these really tiny detailed ones. That's cool, like a rock concert. Fire Patrol, that reminds me of Paw Patrol. Yes, I have small children, so Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol. I like that. The guy's hanging on to the pole, looking very worried. Hermit crab. These characters' faces are so funny. Oh, the the candy cable car. The bookshop on the water. See, I like things like this. This would be fun to trace. Like, they have bigger elements to really trace. And then you get things like this that are minuscule. Bank. Barber shop. Oh, you got a monkey getting his hair cut. Oh my gosh. Look how tiny. I mean, this is my pinky now. And these things are smaller than that. Goodness. Alright, and that's the end of the book. So there is that book. And then I have three supplies that I want to go ahead and show that I got. And the first one is I had gotten some acrylic markers, the black, for the Disney Les Grands Classiques. To really concentrate on finishing up some outlines in. And then I broke down and I got the Art Earth Tones 36 count. This is the extra fine, and I think that I probably should have got the medium. But here's what they look like. And these pens you have to shake. And push on the nib to get the flow to come out. But so far I like these. If you've seen my other video about the Pangather ones, they're very streaky. So I wanted to go ahead and try these to see if they're less streaky. And if you're wondering if they were less streaky, I did a few pages in here with the Arts. So let me find that, and maybe I can show you. So, you guys seen me do this page on that video. Let me make sure you're in frame. And as you see, it's streakier. And this was with the Pangather acrylic markers. Then I went ahead and did this one with the Arts to test them out. And as you can see, they are a lot less streaky than the Pangather. So I think I'm going to save the Pangather for detailing pages, because I think they could be useful for that. But Arts for the color by number things. And again, I did this page with the Arts. And as you can see, there are a little streaky. I think this one was actually the Pangather, and the skin tone is the Art. So you can see the difference with the streakiness of it. Because it's an earth tone set, and I'm working on this one. I finished this one with Arts. But yeah, you know, because I only got the earth tone set of the Arts, of course I'm not going to have the purples and the blues and things to finish a whole page. So I have to like supplement with the Penguser and to get the colors matched. And lastly, for my very tiny haul is these Micron pens. And I got these for the tracing book. These are two-sided. Two sizes. And I'm sorry about the packaging. I probably should have took them out the packaging. So, there it goes. And let me grab a piece of paper. I try to look up like the smallest size of these because I knew that book was tiny. But let's see. I mean, even this size might be too big for that book. That was a 05. This one might work. This is 01. So what I might do is order some 005s because I think they're even smaller than this. But I gotta go rescue the dog, and then I'm gonna come back and we will work on tracing a page, picking a page and tracing it, and see how that goes. So I will be back with you. All right, I'm back, and let's go ahead and pick a page out of this book to try to trace. I think that I'm gonna try one with bigger spaces until I can get those pens, the smaller tip Micron pens. And I know there was one. I do like that one. Like breakfast food. I am hungry. I will need to go make breakfast for the kids before they wake up. See, I really do like this stamp page. But I don't think I can do the smaller details until I get those pens. My dad used to collect stamps, so anytime I see a stamp page, I really like it. Brings back memories. I could do the fishing page. I'll put my finger there. And I think that's it. So, I think we can just do one element on here. Like one little motif kind of thing. And see how it goes. And then I can do a speed color, or trace I should say, and do the other stuff. But let's go ahead and do these cute little sharks here. I'm going to go ahead and crease it a little so it doesn't keep opening. And I am going to get a paper. I'll put that down just in case. And I think it was the 01. I think these sharks are adorable. I'm going to shift my weight here. Okay. And I don't know how this is going to go because my straight lines are not straight all the time. So. Alright. Let's see. Let's see if I can trace the line. So, nothing really new with me. Just working, kids. Working, taking care of the babes. Since my last video, we had Easter. And Easter was so much fun for the little ones. We had Easter egg hunt, of course. We went to a community Easter egg hunt at a church. And my daughter loved it. You know, she's my 5-year-old. But my 2-year-old is much more like Mom and doesn't like large crowds. So he did not have so much fun. He likes smaller little get-togethers. And he was not a fan of trying to race all those kids to get those eggs. He just kind of like stood there with his little bucket looking at me. And I felt kind of bad. But my daughter, man, she's kind of ruthless with those eggs. And I had to keep telling her that she has to let the little kids get the eggs. Like, she just wanted to get all the eggs, which I understand. She's very competitive. But she's gonna let the other ones get the eggs. Oh my gosh. She actually got one of the special eggs where you get the special egg and you get a big basket, like it's a prize. And so she got a basket, you know, like from Walmart they make, and it was full of balls. So they got a basketball, soccer ball, a bouncy ball, and she won that by being ruthless and getting all the eggs. I had to stop her quite a few times because she had a bucket filled within like maybe 2 minutes at this community Easter egg hunt. And there's little kids that didn't have any. And I was like, Emily, you gotta sit over here for a minute. Give her like a handicap, you know? Like, you need to sit over here for a minute and let them get their eggs. Because, you know, I want her to be aware that I know she wants all the eggs, but she's got to think of other people too. And that's one of the biggest, hardest things for me with her as her mom, to make sure that she understands that there's other people trying to play and trying to have fun. And it's not always all about what she wants. And that's been really difficult for her to understand. So I'm trying to explain to her that, you know, you gotta let other people have fun too. I know you want to have fun, but you have let other people do it too. And like I said, my son was clean. Like, he did not want to leave me. He was like, I carried him around. And as I mentioned in my other video, he is 2, and he is not small anymore. But he just did not want anything to do with getting those Easter eggs. which is fine. And then after that, on Easter morning, the Easter Bunny came and put Easter eggs in our yard. And he did have fun with his sister if she let him get the eggs. But she's usually pretty good with him. She knows that Mom and Dad want Chandler to have fun too, so. Alright, there's the little outline. And it was okay. You know, it's not perfect, but I didn't expect it to be. And that is okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do these little sharks. I think once I color it in, it's not going to be quite as noticeable, my wonky lines, but... And of course, I did take them. I am not a religious person, I will tell you that. But I do want them to be exposed to other things other than what I think. So we went to a little, at the church, they had a little service for like 10-15 minutes. It was not long. And I let my daughter sit and listen to that about what Easter is about and why Easter is what it is. And she seemed to enjoy it, and I had to answer some questions. Because I was raised in a religious family. So I do understand the meaning behind the different, or the religious meaning behind the different holidays, like Christmas and Easter and stuff. So I do want them to be exposed to that so they can decide what they want to believe and what they, you know. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. What else has been happening? So work, though. As you know, that I am a nurse, hence my name on YouTube and Instagram. Right now, our office is undergoing renovations. And I will tell you that these renovations, I cannot wait to be over. There was a problem with the wall from the little kitchenette we have in our office. There was a leak from the sink. And so they had to tear down a wall. Like, it's a whole thing. It really is. So they have these big fans that run. I wish they would do this at night when there's not patients there and we're not there, because it is incredibly difficult to work when you have those big fans in a small office and you cannot hear, you know, the pumps going off. You can barely hear when a patient rings a bell to get your attention that they need help. And you can't hear your coworker, like trying to talk to your coworker that is 3 feet from you and you can't hear them. So I can't wait until they are done doing what they're doing. I know it's necessary, I understand, but also It is so loud. And I don't, because there's night shift. So I don't know why they don't do these things at night when there's nobody around. And I'm sure they could get more done at night when, there's not patients coming in. Anyway, it'll be done soon. But it is just hard to work. Oh, and talking on the phone with doctor's offices and things, and that fan, it probably sounds like we're underwater when we're talking to a doctor's office. I work in kind of like a clinic. So we do have to call the doctors and get orders for the patients and clarify things. So we're on the phone a lot to get information that we need to be able to take care of patients. And that fan, oh my gosh. Sorry I keep going on about the fan, but it's really something. Look at that little boat. That's adorable. Alright, hopefully I can get this done before the kids wake up, because it is now 6 o'clock. And they're gonna be hungry. So I'm gonna have to go make their breakfast. I like to have it done before they wake up, so they can just wake up and chow down. And then they can go outside and play. They're loving being outside right now. The weather, like the morning weather is good. And then it starts getting hot, and then they can play in the water. We have a little pool. And we just got a bounce house water thing from Walmart. It's actually pretty big. But you turn on the water and it makes it it has like one of those water cannon things on it. And a jump part and a little pool at the bottom. So they play in that. I know they're super excited for us to blow it up and let them play in it. And that's the best part about living where I live in Florida. It's hot all the time, and they can play outside as much and as little as they want. And I'm glad my kids do like to play outside. Of course, they have their screen time, but you limit that as much as possible. So you gotta give, you have to get things that they can do outside. And my kids are incredibly spoiled. They have quite a few options outside to play. They have for Christmas they had a play set that has swings and a slide and monkey bars, and it sits in a sandbox, and they have all kind of toys out there. So they have lots to do outside. They don't need to be inside watching a screen. Which they would love to do. Or my 5-year-old would anyway. There we go. Look at those sharks. They're so cute, and that took me 18 minutes. So I think it's very nice. I like that. I don't know about, here, let me zoom you back out. If I can get this camera to work, okay. But yes, 18 minutes to do that. So multiply that by this whole page. I don't know. I am gonna need to get those smaller pens. Maybe up a little, there you go. No bleed through to the back. If you can see that, that's my scrap paper. But no bleed through where I traced. And that was fun. I mean, it is what it is. I think it would be cute once I color it. And this paper is not very thick, so it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe I could do alcohol markers. I don't know. But yeah, let's go ahead and I will do a speed color. It's probably going to be later today or tomorrow, because the kids are going to wake up very soon. But I'm going to do a time lapse and do the rest of the page. There's the page all traced. And it was fun to do. It was quite tedious, actually. And this is one of the bigger, like, line art in the book. So I had fun. I don't know if I'm gonna color it, though. If you guys want to see that, of course, I can film it and color it in. But it was a fun process, something to do. I noticed, like, on some of these, like, where, I took the micron pen and shaded in real heavy, that if I was to color it, it would be too hard to do anything other than, like, black. So some of the areas, like this on the radio and the background and things, if I want to make it a different color, I can if I don't go over it with black. So I did just a heavy outline. And the really tiny details that have, like, shading in them, they were really hard to do with that size of pen. So I think if I was to do another tracing of this book, I would use a smaller tip micron pen. But yeah, let's see the back. There's no bleed through, of course, from the micron pen. It was fun to do. I hope you enjoyed watching the process. Let me know if you guys want to see me color, like, a portion of it or all of it. I'll be happy to do so, but right now I think that I'm going to call this page done. So yeah, like, as I mentioned, this page has bigger motifs to trace, so it was fun. But some of these have such tiny little details that I don't know. Maybe if I just colored it with a gel pen or pencils or things, it might be even funner to do than to trace it. Because if you go outside the lines, which is fine, if you go outside the lines, though, in these little tiny details, it loses, like, the crispness of the image. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to color, if that makes sense. But, like, these tiny little details, I feel like I would lose a lot of the definition within the drawing, the illustration. So maybe I can do like this. If I was to trace it with the micron pen, I would lose all, like, the little leaves and, like, the smaller bits. So I'm not sure if I'm going to trace or I'm just going to go in with a pencil or watercolor or something like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.